Ladies and gentlemen, you see, we live in a world where we are constantly surrounded by other people. People at work, people in our families, people online. And while many of these relationships lift us up, challenge us, and help us grow, there are some that do the exact opposite. They drain us. They devalue us. They make us question ourselves. Those people are toxic. But here's what emotionally intelligent people understand. Toxic people are not problems to fix. They're boundaries to set. Emotionally intelligent people don't react to toxicity, they respond. And that's a big difference. You see, reacting is about emotion. It's about being triggered. It's about ego. But responding is thoughtful. It's intentional. It's rooted in clarity, not chaos. Toxic people feed on control. They thrive in environments where emotion outweighs logic. They want you to get defensive. They want you to argue, to prove, to explain. But emotionally intelligent people, they don't argue with toxicity. They don't try to win over people committed to misunderstanding them. Instead, they protect their peace. They do something profoundly powerful. They pause. They take a breath. They step back and they ask themselves, is this worth my energy? Is this person speaking to my worth or to their wounds? Because emotionally intelligent people understand something vital. Just because someone throws you a rope doesn't mean you have to pick it up and play tug-of-war. Emotionally intelligent people have mastered the art of self-regulation, especially when confronted with toxicity. Where many may react impulsively to provocation, emotionally intelligent individuals understand the importance of pausing before responding. This isn't about being passive or avoiding conflict. It's about choosing the high road. The road that leads to clarity and control rather than chaos. When someone toxic pushes buttons, insults, or manipulates, the immediate instinct might be to react. Maybe it's to defend, to argue, to prove a point. But emotionally intelligent people realize that reacting in the heat of the moment often gives power to the person causing harm. It allows the toxic individual to steer the conversation and the energy. Instead of reacting, they take a breath. They create space between the stimulus and their response. In that space, they evaluate what's truly happening. They ask themselves, is this person genuinely interested in understanding, or are they just projecting their pain? They consider whether engaging will be productive or if it will just pull them into an emotional tug-of-war. That pause, so simple yet so powerful, is where wisdom lives. It's where emotional clarity is born. It allows them to choose their words carefully, to speak with intention, or to decide that silence is the best response. Emotional intelligence doesn't mean suppressing emotion. On the contrary, it means being deeply aware of your emotional state and managing it consciously. It's about understanding what you're feeling, why you're feeling it, and whether acting on that emotion will bring you closer to peace or drag you deeper into stress. A reactive person might take everything personally. A toxic comment becomes an attack on their identity. But an emotionally intelligent person has built a strong internal foundation. They know who they are. They don't need to prove their worth to someone who doesn't see it. They understand that someone's behavior is more often a reflection of that person's internal struggle than a valid critique. When you react, you let someone else control your emotional temperature. But when you respond, you remain in control. You decide how much access people get to your energy. You choose whether or not to engage. And that control is empowering. It's calming. It's strong. Emotionally intelligent people also understand that their response teaches others how to treat them. By choosing calm over conflict, thoughtfulness over ego, they model the kind of communication that invites respect, and if it's not returned, they know when to walk away. Ultimately, responding instead of reacting is about emotional freedom. It's about refusing to let others hijack your peace. It's not weakness, it's wisdom. It's not surrender, it's strategy. And it's one of the most powerful ways emotionally intelligent people deal with toxic behavior. Emotionally intelligent people have a clear understanding that they are not responsible for fixing others, especially those who bring toxic energy into their lives. They realize that no matter how much empathy they possess, it is not their job to heal someone who isn't willing to heal themselves. This is a key distinction that sets them apart. While they are compassionate and understanding, they know the difference between helping someone and being consumed by someone's chaos. When faced with toxic behavior, manipulation, passive aggression, criticism, or disrespect, they don't jump into rescue mode. They don't make excuses for the behavior or try to correct it in hopes of making the relationship better. Instead, they focus on something much more powerful: setting boundaries. A boundary is not a wall. It's not about shutting people out or being cold. Boundaries are a form of self-respect. They are clear lines that define what is acceptable and what is not. Emotionally intelligent individuals use boundaries to protect their emotional well-being, to maintain clarity, and to prevent being dragged into unnecessary drama. When a toxic person crosses a line, the emotionally intelligent response is to calmly and firmly reinforce that boundary, not with anger, not with hostility, but with confidence. Setting boundaries requires courage. It means being willing to disappoint others in order to honor yourself. It means saying no without guilt. It means being okay with the fact that not everyone will understand or approve of your decisions. Emotionally intelligent people are comfortable with this discomfort because they know that pleasing others at the expense of their own peace is never worth it. They prioritize inner stability over external validation. They also understand that some people are addicted to dysfunction. These individuals may thrive on conflict, thrive on attention, or simply have not done the inner work necessary to show up in a healthy way. Emotionally intelligent people don't waste energy trying to pull these individuals into the light. They don't play the role of the fixer or savior. They recognize that growth is a personal journey, and everyone must choose that path for themselves. What emotionally intelligent people do instead is lead by example. They show what respect looks like through their actions. They teach people how to treat them by being consistent with their boundaries. And when those boundaries are repeatedly violated, they are not afraid to create distance. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do for yourself and the other person is walk away. At the heart of it all, emotionally intelligent people understand that fixing someone else is not a reflection of love. It's often a reflection of fear. Fear of being alone, fear of confrontation, or fear of being seen as selfish. But they overcome that fear with clarity. They know that true strength lies not in fixing others, but in protecting their own emotional health. Boundaries are not a rejection of others. They are an affirmation of self-worth. And emotionally intelligent people honor that fully and unapologetically.